Check out the records. They speak for themselves. Ramon, what's happening?
Yeah, Tony, getting ready. I think it's a nice college basketball schedule tomorrow. I don't maybe we're missing marquee events, but it's time to grind. This is conference tournament time. We got daytime ball. It's going to continue on here the rest of the month. Perfect scenario to build your bankroll.
It certainly is, especially since we've been in the grind since November. We know these teams pretty well. Some we know better than others, especially based on our time zones. This is a conference we follow because it's out our way. They play the games before the day changes. From the night changes to morning. So anyway, WCC TV, you're going to have to hunt this one online. I know in LA, it's Sportsnet, one of the Sportsnet channels. They kind of distribute these to these RSNs, so that's how you'll be able to find it, or online. San Francisco here to host Pacific here. San Francisco laying 9, total sits here at 154.
Yeah, but just down the street here in Vegas, this one, about conference rivalry maybe, but it's been one-sided for years. It's all USF, usually winning 2 out of every 3 games with the Tigers. USF on the move, though, here, Tony. You talk about moving lines. They opened 7. Maybe a little higher, but now they're up to 9 against Pacific. We saw Pacific play in the opener last night. You know, the way the WCC structures its conference tournament. Gonzaga, St. Mary, they're waiting up there in the semifinals for some of these teams. And the season series between these two is actually what determined pretty much the reason why Pacific had to open with a game and USF comes in here rested since February 25th. It was USF winning the season series 2-0, 76-68, back on February 16th at the Spanos Center. Also, they won 78-57 as a minus 11 point favorite at home. So it was that sweep that determined it really because these two teams finished tied in the conference standings. USF, though, 18-13 overall. Pacific, 15-17. You know, Tony, in those 2 matchups, USF shot 45%. If Pacific wants to get into a situation here where they think they can have a chance, they're going to have to rely on that top-notch three-point shooting. They're definitely one of the best teams in the country at shooting the 3, but it's just a bad matchup, I would think, going up against a USF team that shot 45% in those 2 games, in those 2 meetings. So USF is 43rd in effective for field goal percentage. So I think Shabazz, he could have a monster game. He only had 2 points in the first game. They still won it. And then he came back with 26 points in the second game. I think you look down the line of the USF roster. Yeah, Keelan Boone, he lit it up last night, Tony. He was the one knocking down those threes last night. But he's a 13 points per game scorer. He practically doubled that last night. They do have Jordan Ivy Curry as well, but they're just poor defensively and they're a poor rebounding team. So I think there's going to be public support or sentiment. Even some of the talking Pacific here. They've shown just a little bit of life here of late, and of course yesterday the big 13-point win. They led by 13 in the first half, remember, but they allow 78 points per game. That's near the bottom. I mean, that's like in the 350s, and they allow 46% from the field in general. So I think they're just in the wrong matchup here. Talk about why you might see support. USF had that blowout loss to BYU, but they had won, I think, three in a row before that, or 3 or 4. Were looking pretty good. Ran into BYU, and now they're off. It's not. I don't know if it's a case rest versus rest here. They haven't played since February 25th. I think that's just fine by USF. Pacific knows they're going to have to get into probably a shooting contest a little bit. I don't think it's going to work out with Shabazz and Roberts and Zaytoven in there for USF. So I got USF double digits here tonight against Pacific West Coast Conference Tournament.
All right, Ramon here on San Francisco here. The Dons here lay the 9 here against Pacific. Of course, Pacific coming off that win last night here against Pepperdine. And, of course, the first thing I look at here with this Pacific team is a 3-point shooting, and they were hot last night, 10 of 20 from 3. If you look at Pacific, the only thing they do great is make threes. Everything else is red, red, red. I mean, deep red in some of these cases, even on the glass. So 39% against the conference this year from three, only 48% from two. As I said, they stink in a lot of areas, but one area they do exceptionally well is those 3-pointers.
Yep, and they're going to be in a situation. You look at the total, and last night actually ended up going under in that game, I believe, with the win 160 and went finished 155. The game just stopped there as it was over with the clock running down, so there was no chance of getting to that 160 here tonight. You're looking at 153 and a half. Pacific has only one choice. I mean, that's going to be, to out because the talent is deeper on USF. It's also a big factor in this game when you get down to like Zane Meeks in there. So I think that's where the differences lie. Just a longer, deeper roster in a way, and they're going to end up trading 3-pointers. Whether or not that'll get the total home, they're not overwhelmingly over teams, but it is interesting that it's less than last night's game, which was that Pepperdine Pacific game 160. I thought it would be a high scoring game. It certainly was, but it didn't go over that total. Tonight, this might be reachable there. But again, I'm feeling support sentiment for Pacific, yet the line's moving. The sharps to me are saying USF. I want to be on that side.
Yeah, I think what was glaring here in that game last night, Pepperdine couldn't make a three, but they shot 64% with 2-point shooting. So I think from the coach's standpoint with your San Francisco, hey guys, let's just go to the hole. We'll get enough easy looks at the basket. We can out-rebound this team that can't rebound a lick. We can probably scale back the threes a little bit more because we can damage this team inside. That's what you should do here. You saw Pepperdine 64% shooting at two. 5 of 21 from three. Scale back the threes. This team is weak, a weak gut, weak in the middle. This is conference tournament action. Let's try to win the game. And you could win it going away here if you follow that strategy. San Francisco laying 9 against UOP. Remember they call them UOP back in the Big West days. This one here has
I still call them UOP.
They still call them UOP. That's
I
right.
do.
You do. Yep, UOP. This one will have a start time 11:30 Eastern time. You're going to have to go online in most areas except out in the West. You can probably find some RSNs. As long as they still have the lights on some of those RSNs, you'll be able to watch the game there. All right, Ramon.
Low blow.
All right, Ramon. Let's go over to Tony's picks right now. Ramon doing great work. 3,533 units of profit for 2023. He's been on absolute fire here for the year. Great profit last 30 days, last 7 days. What do you have going over at Tony's picks?
I actually hope this is the reboot that baseball television needs, Tony. They can fix it right here. Hey, tonight, Tony, at Tony'sPicks.com, I've got for you 5 games in the NBA. This big monster card tonight, we're not going to overlook that with this big college card. Let's go with a 5-pack tonight in the NBA for $35 profit guaranteed over at Tony'sPicks.com. Some of the best matchups tonight are on my card, so pick it up over there at Tony'sPicks.com. Heck, all these games are pretty interesting matchups. Even the crummy one at the top of the board at least has some intrigue to it. So good NBA card tonight. Pick up my 5 best plays over at Tony'sPicks.com. And also tonight in college basketball, Tony, coming up in just 90 minutes is my top play, and it's going to be in the game between Citadel and Mercer. Going to pick up this one, conference tournament action, over at Tony'sPicks.com. I've got the Tony's Picks special on there, Tony. $15 discount best bet today. Let's roll with it on this college card. I'm refinalizing a college night card right now. I want to see some of the information coming in still. And in the NHL tonight, Tony, we got a 5-game card, and I found a 3-pack. There. Got Miss Mindy today, so we didn't roll with. I got to come with a 3-pack today with no morning steam. So let's have a 3-pack tonight for $30 over at Tony'sPicks.com. I'm trying to keep up over there at Tony's Picks with some of these records, and NHL is one of the ways that I'm doing it right now. So 2 sides and a total tonight. A little bit different for me. I'm all about those NHL totals. That's, man, you can break down the menu. Just check it out for yourself. But I'm going to go with some sides tonight. 3-pack NHL, $30, Tony. UFC this weekend as well. Big one. I know everybody's talking about it. This is the return of John Jones, and certainly have a package. I'm going to probably have that main event in my card. Tony, what's going to happen when John Jones returns to the ring for the first time, the Octagon, first time in 3 years. So Jones up against a top-notch opponent certainly will get that UFC card, stacked UFC card, including Shevchenko in the co-main event as well. Tony, this one's going to be a hot one already in the UFC. So plus all the college basketball all weekend long. Stick with me on Tony's picks and pick up one of those 3 day, 7 day, 30 day. That's what you want to do right now at this time because I've got plays flying fast and furious the way I'm going with this hot streak, Tony. Want to keep the plays coming to everyone and just keep them in action as well. Like I said on the show this week, Tony, right now, you look at Mindy. I don't know, she has a great philosophy. I probably should try to rein it in a little bit, but it's not so much finding the premiums on the board as finding the premium in the game at this point. There's a lot of opportunity out there. Yeah, leaving some on the table, you find other ways. Get them in free picks on the show here. Everything seems to be clicking pretty good right now at Tony's Picks, and we're feeling it. And prediction, record viewership tomorrow for our morning Steam show.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Ramon. You see the plays up there tonight. 5-pack from the NBA, NHL, 3-pack. Of course, the long-term passes will serve you well. We talk about that 1-month pass. Take a look at it here. On the 1 month, get all of Ramon's plays for 30 days. All NBA, NHL. College basketball's covered all the way until the championship game. So lots of coverage there. That promo code is TonyT at checkout, and you'll save 20% off. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link you see in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, and you'll land right on Ramon's page. So go ahead and get signed up. All right, Ramon, we have content for you up there on Twitter as well. We catch you on the site. You have some more free picks. We find you on the Discord. The morning team comes back tomorrow.
Trying to be everywhere, Tony, and it looks like already I'm missing out on happy hour in the chat. Isn't it a fun feeling when you're sitting on a Friday night with some winning tickets in your pocket and a margarita in your hand, watching the action, so maybe even this tournament time, but they're going a little crazy there in the chat. Look at this. We're already powering them down, but we make sure we get those plays in before we enjoy, and we'll see you tomorrow on the morning Steam, predicting that record viewership. I'm going out there. I'm stepping out on a limb, Tony, feeling like we have a little bit of momentum from organically from our viewers to get in there and watch the show tomorrow. So we better make it a good one, and I'm sure we will, the way the picks have been going for the morning Steam team. Mindy Khan and I join you at 9 Eastern and 6 Pacific, 8 Mindy time on Saturday for more morning Steam. Go over the card, all the college all the pro basketball games, all the NHL hockey games, and selected college plays as well. We'll find some plays on the board with regular season wrapping up in most of those conferences and a tournament action as well. So join us for more morning Steam tomorrow. Show is back for another week of action just in time for March Madness. And again, everything's different every day at this time of year. So these are the key points. This is when the bookmaker's a little bit worried, and this is when you gotta attack right now when it comes in March, because the games are disappearing. The teams are disappearing. You can't take advantage of some weak spots as we whittle it down. And, sure, we get more information when the games get bigger, but these are the games you're supposed to knock off right here, right now.
Yep, you go over the weak opponents, the Pepperdines of the world. We say goodbye. We're going to miss you. We're going to miss you, Pepperdine. And there's other teams
Wave
up there.
goodbye to the Waves.
Wave goodbye to the Waves. There's some teams we're going to be missing as they're going bye-bye here. And, of course, you can also find the plays from Ramon here on the side here, our sponsored video right there. You'll get a free pick every day on the sponsored video. On the premium side, click the premium tab, and there you'll find the leaderboard video of Ramon recaps the leaders at TonySpace.com. And, of course, you'll get a free pick by seeing the leaderboard update as well. That's updated every day over at TonySpace.com, so check it out for Ramon Scott. All right, Ramon, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow. I hope I may be up all night tonight. I haven't started, and my Saturday I haven't even got anything started yet. I gotta do some show prep for the capper, because I'm getting a lot of responses from the cappers to do videos with. So I got a shoot here in about an hour. So looks like I might be pulling an all-nighter tonight.
Yeah, and one of the big things that takes a little bit more time, if you're really serious like we are, is when you get to this time of year, you got to fill out your schedule. You got to handwrite it. You just can't print it out. You've got to move up. Yeah, maybe some people might use some sites, but I like to have it in advance in rotation order. So I just have to write in those teams that have advanced. Kind of like filling out your bracket in a way, because you just have the little 4 time slots or whatever. Maybe the seeded teams are in there, but you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. Everyone, have a great night. We'll catch up with you next week. Ramon Scott here on Game Day Picks. Guys,